The email came at 7:12 a.m. No subject line, just two attachments. One, a PDF, divorce settlement, final draft. The other, a photo, her in a silk robe I bought, straddling a shirtless boy with abs drawn more by ego than effort. My wife, ex-wife apparently, smiling wide on the balcony of our vacation home. The caption under the photo read, "The house is mine now. Love." I didn't reply right away. I took another slow sip of coffee. Black, no sugar, still hot. I looked out at the skyline and listened to the silence in my apartment. Then I clicked reply, typed 6 words. "Are you sure about that?" and hit send. Then I blocked her email, and her number, and finally, I smiled. It didn't start with infidelity. It started with distance. A half-second delay in her laughter, a thumb swiping screens when I walked into the room. Late meetings, girls' weekends, just tired. I wasn't stupid, I was just quiet. She thought silence meant softness, weakness. But mine was different. Mine meant calculation. I let her grow comfortable, watched her transform from the woman I married to something else entirely. Sharper, colder, hungrier for status. Image mattered more than intimacy. She began to see me as a stepping stone she had already stepped over. She thought I wouldn't notice the shift. She thought I was asleep. I wasn't. I was documenting. While she was laughing with him in my home, I was sitting with my attorney. The property deed? Still in my name. She'd signed a transfer agreement, sure, but it wasn't recorded. And the clause she never read? Revocable. Contingent on fidelity. Ironic. She never noticed me installing security cams at the vacation house. Never saw the remote login alerts I set. I watched her sneak him in. Watched him wearing my clothes, drinking my wine, fucking her in my bed. The bed her prenup said she had no rights to if adultery was proven. I downloaded the footage, dated, time-stamped, clear. I burned it to a USB the size of her conscience. Then I waited. 3 days later, she tried to access the house's security system and got locked out. She called the property manager. He called me. She panicked. She sent messages, emails, voicemails, all blocked. She sent a courier with a letter. I shredded it without opening. Then the lawyer calls started. Her new husband, barely legal enough to rent a car, left her once he realized the beach house came with eviction papers, and cameras, and a non-disclosure clause. She was alone, publicly humiliated, and broke, because she hadn't read the fine print of our joint accounts. She assumed I'd leave her everything. Instead, I froze them all. She showed up at my office without an appointment. Reception told her I wasn't in. I watched her from the security feed as she argued, desperate. Her makeup was perfect, but her eyes, unhinged. I sent an envelope down through my assistant. Inside, a still image of her and the boy on my balcony, a copy of the deed, a notarized revocation of transfer, and a sticky note that said, "Are you sure about that?" She opened it in the lobby. She froze. She looked up into the security camera, and for the first time in a year, she realized I'd been watching all along. Then she left, quietly, head down, like a thief who just realized the house she broke into was wired to implode. Some betrayals deserve blood, but I've learned that silence cuts deeper. I didn't raise my voice, didn't scream, didn't even curse her name. I simply removed her. From the house, from my assets, from my memory. Now when I visit the vacation home, the air feels cleaner, colder, but honest. I still keep the camera feed, not for safety, but as a reminder that sometimes the best revenge is knowing they thought you were blind and watching them walk into the fire you built just for them.